Coming up on the show over the next 3 hours. What is the state of our nation? Well, it would seem we are a nation in a state of war, boots and all, boots on the ground and all, at war with organized crime, violent crime and gangs, and against waterlessness and dysfunctional municipalities. President Cyril Ramaphosa declaring the fight against organized crime the country's top priority, announcing the revetting of all senior SAPS and Metro Police managers, the deployment of SANDF soldiers to gang and illegal mining hotspots in the Western Cape and in Gauteng, as well as the establishment of a new National Water Crisis Committee that he will chair. Delivering the State of the Nation address in Cape Town last night, the president said criminal syndicates now pose, and I quote here, the most immediate threat to our democracy, end quote. And he has vowed zero tolerance for corruption inside law enforcement and promises lifestyle audits for senior officers. At the same time, he has acknowledged that for many South Africans, water outages from Johannesburg to small towns in other parts of the country have become the most pressing daily crisis, and he blames all of that on years of municipal mismanagement and neglect, and has warned that government will intervene directly where taps run dry. So much has come through from the State of the Nation address of the president. In fact, 2026 has been framed in the president's speech as a turning point, and he says the task now is to fix local government, fight crime and corruption, and create jobs and livelihoods for every South African. But the proof of the pudding will be in the eating, won't it? So we will be unpacking what came out from the State of the Nation address at the start of the second hour. So in that half hour between 7 a.m. and 7:30. We'll speak to Khulegane Mathe, who is the CEO of Business Unity South Africa, just for their reflections on what has come out from the State of the Nation address. And then that will be followed by a conversation with Mapefo Sipula, who is Head of Research and Impact at Property Point, as well as Matthew Parks, COSATU's Parliamentary Coordinator. So that's how we are looking in that first half hour of the second hour. Parents of school children in Gauteng who use scholar transport just can't catch a break, can they? Just as Gauteng bus-based subsidized scholar transport services start returning to service after government confirmed outstanding payments have been made, another shutdown is looming, this time involving private, non-subsidized learner transport operators. The Gauteng Education Department says, just on the first part, the bus-based scholar transport, the Gauteng Education Department says contracted bus providers have been paid and services will return in phases starting from yesterday after 2 weeks of disruption that left thousands of learners stranded. But in Midrand, in Johannesburg, operators affiliated with the Gauteng Education Transport Services are planning a separate shutdown today, citing regulatory uncertainty, compliance pressures, and what they describe as harassment. The move threatens fresh travel chaos for parents who have only just regained a sense of stability following a strike over unpaid invoices. At the heart of the dispute are permit requirements, vehicle compliance enforcements, and calls for deeper engagement between transport authorities and industry leadership. Of course, the backdrop of it all are the recent deadly crashes that have involved scholar transport providers in and around Gauteng, but also in other parts of the country. So what we will do is at 10 to 7 this morning, we'll speak to Thabo Seboko, who is from the Gauteng Education Transport Services, and will give us a sense of what the shutdown that they are calling is all about today. And all right, that didn't work out the way I wanted it. But let me tell you, love, music, and timeless soul will take center stage at the Carnival City's Big Top Arena. Right, as I said, love, music and timeless soul will take center stage at the Carnival City's Big Top Arena as the legendary South African artist Ringo Madlingozi will headline the Ringo Valentine's Experience. And guess what? Just as a treat for you, we've got Bootleggers himself, Ringo Madlingozi, will be my guest at about 8:45 this morning. So we'll have a conversation and, we'll take you back really and just unwind towards the end of the third hour of the show on this Friday with Bootleggers himself, Ringo Madlingozi, my guest at 8:45. Morning brief team to your stations, please, for the takeoff. And Musa is good to go with your half-hourly news updates throughout the 3 hours. Zaikan has got your sport covered. Melissa Buta completes your picture with the morning brief in brief. And it's all systems go with Ndauleng Lichela, who will be tracking the news that affects your and other people's pockets, telling you where money will be made and lost today with her business and economics updates throughout the 3 hours. It's a thumbs up from Sipho Mantula with your Africa update. And Rob Byrne, of course, is watching the country's highways and byways for you and reporting to you every 20 minutes or so. Your calls on 086 000 2032. 086 000 2032, your WhatsApp voice notes and WhatsApp messages 0614 104 107. This is SAFM. You're listening to the Morning Brief. Let's get the first hour of the Morning Brief started on this Friday.
Masandawana chase victory to book their place in the quarterfinals. But standing in their way is a familiar face. Former coach Rulani Mukwena returns home from the People's Club, aiming to end the Cabo Yellow dream. This is the CAF Champions League. Catch Mamelodi Sundowns up against MC Alger this Saturday, 14 February at 2:30 p.m. live on SABC Plus and SABC3. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game. Welcome to it. This is season 1 of Playlist happening right here at Malok, and believe me, it's a party.
Set your reminder every Friday, 9 p.m. Playlist at Maloko is in the building.
Thulasizwe Simelane on SAFM.
All right, let's start with your weather for a change this morning. Let's start with just telling you what to expect. The Weather Service has got 2 impact-based warnings for you. And the first one is a yellow level 2 warning. And it is in place. This is really difficult to read, from our colleagues at the Weather Service. All right, let me just do the best I can. It's formatted rather differently. The yellow level 4 warning is for severe thunderstorms with heavy downpours, strong damaging winds, large amounts of small hail, and excessive lightning, leading to damage to infrastructure, settlements, informal settlements in particular, property, vehicles, livelihood, and livestock, as well as localized flooding of susceptible roads, low-lying areas and bridges, and that is expected over the central and western parts of KwaZulu-Natal, except in the northeast. Then there's another warning. It is a yellow level 2 warning. It is for severe thunderstorms with heavy downpours, strong damaging winds, large amounts of small hail, and excessive lightning, leading to localized damage to infrastructure and informal settlements,